Hi, it is the 15th of September. I am reading out of the language of letting go, and I am reading September 14th's reading. So, what's good for me? When we are soul searching, be it for smaller or larger decisions we face during the day, we can learn to ask, is this good for me? Is this what I really want? Is this what I need? Does this direction feel right for me? Or am I succumbing to the control and influence that I sometimes allow others to have over me? It is not unhealthy, selfish to question if somebody is good for us. That is an old way of thinking. To ask if something is good for us is a healthy behavior not to be ashamed of, and will probably work out in the other person's best interests too. We shall not wander down a selfish path of self indulgence by asking if a thing is good for us. We shall not stray from God's intended plan, God's highest good, by asking if a thing is good for us. By asking ourselves this simple question, we participate directing our life toward the highest good and purpose. We own our power to hold ourselves in self esteem. Today, I will begin acting in my best interest. I will do this with the understanding that on occasion my choices will not please everyone around me. I will do this with the understanding that asking if a thing is good for me will ultimately help me take true responsibility for my life and my choices. Oh boy. I was just talking to some friends about knowing what we want and what we don't want, and how I can't speak for anybody else, but I used to do this thing where I would always do what I thought you wanted me to do. So not only, like, you didn't even have to tell me what you wanted me to do, I would create it in my head what you wanted me to do, and I would do that. And it took me in recovery time to figure out what I wanted, what I thought was good, like what is good for me. And I like how it says here, that is an old way of thinking. To ask if something is good for us is a healthy behavior, not to be ashamed of, and will probably work out in the other person's best interest too. And and I think that is so true. When you're true to yourself and good to yourself, then you're able to be, look at my hand, looks so big. You're able to be there for other people. I mean, it's so counterintuitive how I used to think. I read these things and I look at these things, and I'm not saying I never think that way anymore. I'm not saying I don't go sliding back into these types of negative behaviors, because I do. I do. But I don't live there anymore, because I used to live there. That used to be my whole everything. It just was how it was. So I am super grateful that I don't have to live like that anymore, that I have these reminders to think about that, to have it top of mind, to think about, is this good for me? How is this serving the world? How is this making me better or worse? Um, it's just, it's a really, really a much better way for me to function and to be my best self, because that's truly what I'm trying to do. And am I always my best self? Yes, I always am. I'm always amazing. It's just a work in progress, and I'm grateful that I have the opportunity and that I'm learning the tools to learn how to do it better. So, thank you. Have a wonderful day. I will talk to you tomorrow.